And 1.9 homework as well. So we already did some distributing the last couple lessons, and then the opposite of that, which is factoring, right? We find like the greatest common factor, factor it out, and what's left in the parentheses, right? So this is going to be kind of the same, except the factor we take out is just going to be a binomial instead of like a single number, right? It's not that bad, what you see. So let's take a look at exercise 1. Consider this somewhat, that's not complex. Why do they even bother? Like, why do they characterize it in any kind of fun? It's not even somewhat complex. I worked on these at kindergarten, so. Well, yeah, right. So there's a couple ways to go about this one, right? You're all, right now, good. You're thinking, all right, distribute this x through that one and the 2 through that one, right? So let's go ahead and let's do that way first, right? So write an equivalent trinomial, 3 terms, right? And then test it with x equals 1 on both. So let's jot this down. Darn it. Hang on. Stupid.
It's not going to come out squeaky like it did yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
No, I burned one before. Like I say, like I got to do a quick 3-second recording before I do the main one to get rid of, I don't know why, but anyway. So x times x plus 4 plus 2 times x plus 4 equals, let's distribute this x through. What do we get?
It's x squared plus 4x.
Squared plus 4x. Now let's distribute the 2.
2x.
And we'll combine like terms. X squared what? Okay? And so they want us now to plug in x equals 1 into both of these guys, right? So I'm going to plug x equals 1 into this side, and then this final version here, right? So let's see if that works. So for x, I'm going to put a 1. So this is like a check. Okay? So it'll be 1 times 1 plus 4 plus 2 times 1 plus 4. And I'm going to do equals with a question mark, right? Because I don't know right now if they're going to be equal, right? Now I'm going to put my 1 in here. 1 squared plus 6 times 1 plus 4. Just plug them 1 into both things. Okay. 1 times, this is what, 5? Plus 4 plus 1 is 5, 2 plus 5 is 10, right? Okay, what's 1 squared? 1 times 1.
Couldn't you just plug in 1?
1 plus
Isn't that 1?
6
1
plus
squared.
4. This is what? Question mark, I don't know. Yeah.
Plus 6.
15. And what? Wait a minute, we did something wrong.
I'm so confused at what we're even doing
We
right now.
did something wrong.
Hold on.
Oh, you guys told me 4 over here, that's why. Somebody said 4 and I wrote it down. Oh, man. What's that supposed to be? 8. I got to stop writing down numbers I hear from out that way. 8. That's why we do math in pencil.
Couldn't you just plug it into the equation up there? Like, or not the equation, but like, you know, like the x squared plus 6.
Yeah, well, that's what this side is. They want us to plug it in here and here to make sure they're equal, and we plug it in. So 15 does, in fact, equal 15. Okay? You don't think 15 equals 15? I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of good at math.
I'm pretty sure.
And I had a
that's
professor tell me
incorrect.
one time that 15 is, in fact, equal to 15.
I saw videos on YouTube one time. It was like 1 equals 2, and I was like, that's not.
Yeah, I had to do a proof in math in college once. There's something about 0 not equaling 1, but I don't want to get into it. Anyway, so now we're going to do a little different in part B. So they want it now as the product of 2 binomials. So here's what we're going to, remember when we factored, right? We took basically 2 terms. So really, listen, think of this as 2 terms. There's a term, and here's a term, right?
5 more minutes.
like terms are generally separated with plus signs and minus signs, okay? Guys, between those two terms, and let me write it down here, x plus 4 plus 2 times x plus 4. So I want you to think of when we took out the greatest common factor yesterday. So between those two terms, what is the common factor? What's the same on both sides?
X plus 4.
That quantity, x plus 4, right? Remember, if it's wrapped in parentheses, it's like it's duct tape. It binds it together as like one thing, right? So can I just factor out that x plus 4 since it's a common factor on both sides? Can I?
So X plus 2 then?
So I'm going to factor out the x plus 4. Right, and now, again, so what's left in the parentheses? The x plus 2. You following?
Yeah.
It's the same as factoring yesterday, except now we factored out the binomial with parentheses instead of like a 5 or a 3.
How did that happen?
Look up there.
The X
It's
plus
two.
4 cancels.
It's 2, well, cancels. No, I wouldn't say cancels, really. In one sense, yeah, but it gets factored out. And then when you divide it out, it cancels it.
You can throw it away.
Well, no, it's fair. So look, see that term? Hey, stay this way. That term and that term. The common factor between them is what? X plus 4. It would be just like if I had, let's say, okay, forget I had x plus 4. Let's say I had x times 5 plus 2 times 5. What's the common factor there? I could factor out a 5, couldn't I? And I'd be left with x plus 2 in parentheses. So remember I told you the parentheses makes that x plus 4 like a single thing, like a 5, right? Does that make sense? Huh? I just took this out front, and what's left is that guy plus 2.
So like kind of remove the X plus 4, but put that in the front, and then whatever you're left with
So
in front of the parentheses is what your answer's going to be.
remember when we had
Oh, but there's 2 of them. I don't.
12x plus 4, remember when we had that? What's the greatest common factor?
3 or 4.
4, right? That's like instead of writing 4, it just looks like that. And what's left in parentheses when I divide a 4 out of both of those? 3x, isn't it? Plus 1. It works exactly the same. It's just instead of taking a single thing out, like this one single term, we're factoring out this binomial.
I don't understand how there's only one time, because there's 2 of the X.
Okay, let me ask you, so maybe what I didn't show here is, what happens when I do 12 divided by 4?
3, you get 3.
Okay, I got it, hang on. What if I wrote that 12 as 3 times 4? Those 4's cancel when I factor it out, right? Now let me do the same up here.
Then you'd be left with 3 times.
They cancel, and does that make a little sense now? It's consistent with what you did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they cancel, so there's only 1, and then you add those 2 that they're
That's what's left is in the front, yes. Okay. All right, let me get this mess out of here. Is it like... Okay. All
There's
right.
like a minute left.
We'll wait
We're not
until
gonna call
the...
it exact time.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, wait. Okay,
Still, they're
let's
not.
move down here. Exercise 2. So we have this expression now. So remember, these parentheses, they like kind of wrap a couple terms together, so they kind of act like one term, right? It's you can pull it out, put in, right? So they're separated by this adding sign here, the plus sign. So, so it's really like a two-term, isn't it kind of like a binomial, really? The whole thing all together? Okay? And so do you guys see any common factor between those two terms that I just identified?
Yeah, the x is 4.
Okay, so let me write this down. So we got x plus 4 times x minus 5, I'm just copying it down, plus x plus 4 times x minus 2. So their common factor is x plus 4, right? Let's factor that out of both of them. So x plus 4, and what will be left in parentheses?
X minus 5 and X minus
Now watch what I do here. You follow me?
Put double parentheses.
Well, that's the parentheses. But technically, I don't actually need these in here. Unless I was subtracting, then I would. Yeah. Well, if I did that, then we'd be right back to here. So let's simplify this in the middle here. We don't need these parentheses, right? Because isn't that like a 1 out there and a 1 out there? Distribute it so we can get rid of them, okay? So wouldn't this just be x plus 4 times x minus 5 plus x minus 2? Yeah? You with me? I just got rid of those parentheses. And can I now, in these parentheses, I can just combine like terms, can I? X plus x is what? X plus x is what? X plus x,
It's not x squared.
2x. You only get square things when you multiply them. X plus. And then negative 5 minus 2. Negative 7. Negative 5 minus 2. Okay? So now, when we factored out a binomial and we were left the binomial, right? Does that make a couple binomials that we...
It's just a lot of meals.
Yeah, they wanted us to test it, but let's see. It's on the back page.
Which makes color better.
Let's try this one here. Okay? What is between this term and that term?
X minus 3.
We can factor out an x minus 3. So let's do that. I'll just do, so x minus 3. And then what will be left in the parentheses?
X plus 7.
Minus, and now I definitely need the, right now the, right? It didn't matter before when I was adding them, right? And what, x minus 4, right? Okay? Now, listen. What's in front of this first set of parentheses that I'm going to distribute through?
1.
So it won't change anything. So 2x plus 7, right? Now be careful. What's in front of this set? A negative 1. It will change things. You see? Where, like, it didn't matter up here. But now it does. Everybody catch that?
Yeah.
Distribute that negative 1 through there. What do you get? Negative x plus 4. Okay? With me? And I'll just combine like terms in there. Two x minus x is x. What?
2x. Is it 2x or is it?
That'd be.
7 plus 4. Yeah.
Is that a minus up top, like a x minus 4?
I guess it's right here. That's my, that's, so that was, it was minus sign, but then I
Not right
squeezed
there, not right there.
a 1 in here.
Right in that, no, up in the parentheses.
Minus 4. Yeah, it's that. Yes. Yes. You kind of seeing it now, kids? A bit?
Eh.
Okay. let's go over to the next page. So I want you guys all, like on your own, take this first one here. Give it a try. So this is a simpler one like we started with, okay? Figure out what is the common factor and then tell me what's left in the parentheses, okay? Give you a second. X.
X plus 7.
X plus 5 times X plus 7?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like I said, the first step in this one is the final answer,
Oh.
right?
Maybe that's my
GCF is X plus 5. And what's left in the other ones will be X plus 7. There you go.
Isn't the other one pretty much the same thing?
Yeah. These are all, until we get down here. So these three, yeah, these three are the same as the first example in the notes, right?
Oh, then I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Like with these three, pretty much the first step is, yeah. How about for part B?
X minus 2 and then 3x minus 4.
Yep. X minus 2. And you're left with, when you divide them out, 3x minus 4.
So you got a little 4. I don't know what to do for that one. Just,
See?
yeah, you can't put negative 2x because the x plus 4.
What's the GCF between these two? Okay. Well, maybe that's confusing you. Like what would
Plus
be the...
4. So negative 2x plus 4.
Can I suggest the following? See what I did?
Negative
That's a 1 in front of there.
x.
Now does it look just like the rest of them? So what do we get for C? There you go, negative 2x, well, plus 1, right? Yeah, because I covered it up, that's a plus. Okay? Plus 1. Okay, now D and E are like the second ones we did, right?
No, this one's easy. Too. You just distribute the x. Right?
No, we're not distributing. Okay, we're not distributing. We're going the opposite way. Term, GCF comes
X plus
out.
3.
It's the one. It'll be the one with like the nested parentheses. So we factor out an x plus 3 times what's left inside.
X minus 6
Uh-huh.
plus x minus 9
Plus 9.
plus 9.
Right. Now, really, because it was plus, do I really need the parentheses inside here?
No.
Technically, yeah, but no, because if you distribute the 1, it doesn't change anything, right? Okay. So we got to kind of finish it out here.
X plus 3 times
Let's just, whoops, I forgot.
so x plus and then 2x.
So this is x minus 6, and we distribute those 1s through there. Right? And then combine like terms in there. What do you got?
2x plus 3.
Oh, yeah, we were right. 2x plus 3, good. Almost read my own writing wrong.
Oh my god.
What's the matter? What is the, okay, between this term over here and this term over here, what's the greatest common factor? The x plus 3, right? So we factor that out here. With me? And then once this gets divided out from this term, what's left?
Those two.
The x minus 6. And then gets divided out from this term, the x plus 9 is left. Okay?
I have a question for the next one.
Yeah, what's your question?
Well, I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
But, you know how that's like the negative x plus 6?
So that's going to be like,
Wouldn't you have to put
where now the
double
parentheses are going to make a difference. That's like this one.
Okay. I was just
Right?
making sure it's the double parentheses.
All right. What do you think? What do you think the answer is to C, to E? Say it.
X minus 4,
Go ahead.
and then the other one is X minus 5.
X minus 4 times X minus, yeah. Anybody else get that? X minus 4 times X minus 5?
No, but wait.
For E?
And
We'll give everybody a second, see if they get that. But definitely, this one here, it's gonna look kind of like this, but with a minus here, so these parentheses will make a difference, because then you distribute through a negative,
I
okay?
got X, wait, is it supposed to be a plus in between those? I got, X minus 4
Mhm.
and 3X plus 7, is that right?
For which one are you doing? Are you doing E?
She added.
The X minus 4, but, oh, right, you gotta distribute that negative through that second one, there.
Oh, so it's
And then it
negative 7
changes.
and minus 7? Or negative 3 minus 7?
You'll have, in the other parentheses, you'll have 2X plus 1
Wait,
minus
what'd you
X
get?
minus 6.
Minus 4.
So you got the first thing.
Okay, I got it.
So, one in red. Blue. So,
Wait, I have the first stuff down. I have
yep,
there's 2 sets of parentheses, 2x minus 1.
well, it's 2X
or
plus 1.
2x plus 1 and 6.
Minus, see that minus right there? Minus the other one, X plus 6. And that's where the big change comes, right? So this X minus 4, and now distribute through a 1 is still just 2X plus 1, right? But now I gotta distribute a negative, so it changes that, see? So what you didn't do is distribute the negative through that second one.
Oh, yeah.
Negative X minus 6, right? You gotta be careful, okay? If
Okay, and then
it's,
you
if
add,
it's
like,
plus something in parentheses, it's not gonna change any, because
Then
you're
you
just
add,
distributing the
like,
one.
terms?
Now you combine the terms. But if it's minus something in parentheses, it changes everything inside, okay? X minus 4, 2X minus X is X, 1 minus 5.
X minus, so it's x minus 4 and x minus 5.
Yeah, times X minus 5.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got
Okay? Kinda getting it now, guys?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I'm like,
Okay. All right.
Alright, yeah, I understand that now.
All right. And I'm not gonna do this one.
I did them all, yes.
Did you?
yeah.
Did you get 63?
No.
Okay, then. Let's skip it. Okay. So.